everyone, how's it going? My name is Douglas at Robe Productions, and I was recently asked by my friends at Stab Movies to do a short video showing you guys a few of my different pieces of Stab merchandise. I do want to say this is pretty much just going to be covering Stab stuff specifically. I do have a pretty large collection of Scream and Ghostface stuff, but a majority of it is just vintage Scream and Ghostface masks and memorabilia, merchandise, etc. Not a whole lot of Stab specific stuff. So I guess we'll just start with some lesser important stuff and we'll move up to like the bigger items, the cooler pieces if you will. So the first piece we're going to take a look at here is this Stab ticket replica. This was done by Ozeron, and these were some of the first Stab ticket replicas I believe that were made. These are pretty accurate though compared to Scream used ones, and I've only really seen one of them out there. It's not 100% accurate, but it is very damn close, and this thing is actually very, very well made. Very thick cardstock and just black on the back. And next up, another piece from Ozeron pretty much. We have a Stab Replica Costume Bag. Obviously this would have been the very same type of gift that would have been given out by the studio at the Stab screening or premiere. And yeah, the insert here was fully done and designed by Ozeron. And it does have a Scream Stalker mask and costume inside. Not the same type as what's used in the film, but still it works for display considering you're only really going to see the front of this on display. Technically another piece that belongs in that costume bag is of course the green Stab theater knife. This was an original Reptile's weapon knife, so this is not a replica, this is an original copy. However, it is not a Scream used copy. I do have it on display on this robe though, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. Next up, we have an absolutely gorgeous original official Stab poster. So this is the poster style B. These were original vintage pieces that were released before Scream 2. As you can see here, coming soon in Scream 2. Pretty awesome, pretty amazing piece. These are often bootlegged and a lot of them out there are fakes, but this is an original, so I'm very happy to have this in the collection. Next up is one of my favorite pieces. This is actually something that we built. This is the Stab Theater Standee. For those of you who may notice this, if you watch Scream 2 while they're in the Stab Theater, you can see one of these in the background for just a few moments. Lit up at the bottom, just as it is in the film, and the arm does fully work. It does have the stabbing action, and this was actually made using the original assets from the film as well, so it's fully accurate. However, who knows what happened to the Scream used one. It's never surfaced all these years later, and as far as I know, this is the only replica one of these that's ever been made. Yet again, a massive thank you to Ryan Hills for helping me out with the assets on this piece. Now for the final piece, and what's probably the coolest piece in my entire collection. This is an original Scream-used Scream 2 Killer Hero Robe. And this is actually the robe from the Stab Theater sequence at the beginning of the film. So this is the one the killer is wearing when Maureen and Phil die. And if you look here at the top, I had a custom-made display that says "Now Playing Stab," kind of like a theater marquee. It's supposed to be similar to the Rialto's Theater. This was made by that South Park guy, aka The Biz. But yeah, original Scream-used Scream 2 killer costume. And as you can see in the bottom of the display, I've got one of the Stab costume bags, I've got a Stab ticket, and he is currently holding the Stab knife. Now ultimately, this is not going to be my final setup for this piece. I do plan in the future to get one of these Scream-used theater attendee costumes and hopefully have it set up in here somewhere in a theater seat holding the Stab knife, but for now this is the full display. Well, I think that about does it for today's video. We were pretty much just going to be covering Stab items specifically, so if you guys do want to see more Scream movie masks, merchandise, Scream used props, memorabilia, etc., go check out my channel, Robe Productions, and you can see more stuff like that. But for now, a massive thank you to Stab Movies for having me, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Love you all, and I'll see you next time.